Hello there. This is Sue at Miller's Laboratory. Thank you for joining me today. I have a flip through for you, and this particular book was a custom order that I did for Deb, and she asked for a winter themed journal, and so this is what I came up with for her. So this is not in my Etsy shop, but I wanted to share it because I was really pleased with how it turned out. So this is a nice chubby little book, but it's well behaved. And I'm just showing the top there because I've got lots of pretty sticky outy things on the top, which I love. And this book is tied closed with a strip of vintage eyelet. So I'm just going to take that off here and show you this cover. So this is a book that I found at a thrift store here in my town, which is Whitehall, Michigan, and it's a small town, but the area where I live in Whitehall is also called Swedetown because there were Swedish people that immigrated and lived in this little area. And so I think this book is left over from that, and this was a Swedish, I'm pretty sure it's Swedish anyway, little book called Vinter-Ros. It had poems and little short stories about winter and Christmas, and it was for young people. And it was quite a thin little book. And so I actually took the cover apart because I knew I wanted to make it thicker. So I created a wider spine here. And I used, again, some vintage embroidered fabric from a tablecloth there, and then I also added a piece of a crocheted doily on the edge just for decoration. So I just really loved this cover. I love the color of it. I love the picture and everything, so I just thought it was perfect for this book. There's about 200 pages in here, so we'll just flip through. This is a book plate that I just created on my computer. I actually got the image from the graphics fairy, and I just changed it so that it would be a book plate. Added a little blank space here for Deb to write her name. And this is the original title page of the book from 1912. Here we have a little corner tuck with a journaling card in it. And this, if I take this little clip off, this opens up. So there's a little bit of collage here, and then this opens up, and this is a very sweet little page from a book. Children's book about, it's called like The Big Snow or The Great Snow or something. Oh, a little bow to show. There we go. And I did add just some plain papers in here for writing as well. This is some scrapbook paper, isn't that pretty? And here we have a little side tuck. Just another journaling card with an image that I printed here. Some juniper berries. This is from an old business school workbook with fake checks in it. And then here is a page where I made a pocket using some vintage, a label from some vintage rickrack. I just gathered together a lot of blue stuff that I had. So a lot of the stuff is winter themed, but a lot of it I just chose for the color too. So it's definitely blue and aqua in this book. A little boy with his snowballs. And then this is just like a stereo, what do you call those, stereograph card, but this is something I printed and created, collaged on the back, so it's a journaling card. And then I wrapped that over the side and just made another little corner tuck here, and then just added this little folded up sheet for journaling. This is a really pretty, from a pretty digital kit that I just recently purchased. I'm going to link it below because I just think they're really beautiful images, sort of collage-y images with winter trees and scenes. And that's what I was looking for here. I was trying to avoid Christmassy looking things. This is just some craft wrapping paper with pine cones on it. And here I've made a little uptuck with some vintage, that's I believe from a handkerchief, and I don't know what that lace is called, but it's pretty. It looks like little snowflakes coming down, or little snowballs. Just a journaling card here that I created. This is some handmade paper with a lot of fiber in it. Probably not good for writing on, but I just thought it was really pretty and I wanted to put it in there, so something could be glued on there if you wanted. And in order to make it useful, I just added a strip of this brown paper from some packaging and put that in there so you can write on that and then fold it back up to hide it. On the back here I added some pretty eyelet across the top. And then here's some more just plain paper in the center. I added a little image down there. And on this side, I cut the corner off of a window envelope and glued it onto the corner to make two corner tucks at the top. So this is the window here. I thought that was kind of a unique idea, and just tucked a journaling card in there. And then also on the other side, I've tucked a little printed page of a poem called Winter. There we go. This is the other side of that wrapping paper, and there's the same uptuck here. Here is a vintage, a printout of a vintage postcard with birds. And this one just has like an open place to write. So I used one of the book pages here. So there's some poetry in the Swedish. And then this is from an old lodge journal that I have. Tried to use some vintage papers in here. I do have quite a collection of them. Added a little lace there too. This is the other half of those checks. And then here I've added a flip with this really beautiful bird image here. And then inside here I made a little belly band and just tucked this little print in here, journal card. Plain paper here. Here's some of the original book page again. Oh. And then on this side of it I have some little images that I cut out and made. They're each like a corner tuck, so it makes like a pocket to slide something into. Journal card, birds. I do always gravitate toward the birds no matter what the season is. Here I have just that vellum on there again, and then this is the second signature. Little snowman image with the little gnomes or the little elves, and a snowman here, and some children on skis there. And this is some more of that lodge paper from that old lodge book that I have. This is an old image from the Graphics Fairy that I printed onto cardstock. I just love that snowman with the bird. And then here's an image of some people skating. Pretty and funny. Oh. And then this opens up, and then there's a little belly band here. And you could tuck that all the way in like that if you want to, Deb, or we can just put it halfway in like I did. But it's just a little booklet with some more journaling area here. So I just tucked it in like this so it's hanging over the edge. Like that. Okay. This is some old scrapbooking supply that I have of this die-cut snowflake paper. And underneath this blue page that you see here is the cover from an antique, like a theme book that you would write essays in at school. And this is from an old book too, a music book. And I liked that blue stamp at the bottom, so I wanted to include that, and it's got lots of writing space. Here I created a little flip out with just a few pages for writing in here. And what I used for that was, I just was recently at the Detroit Institute of Arts, and this was the map. I just, again, it had blue on it. So I thought I would tea-dye it a little bit and include it. And just put some collage here on the outside. And then there's a pocket here with this pretty little image. Journaling card. Lots of places to journal in here. I didn't say the background of this is also scrapbook paper that looks like birch trees. You can see it here too. Here I have a side tuck, and I added a little bit of a label at the bottom to help keep this in. This is something I printed. It was a postcard. Just some blue notebook paper here, and in the center of the signature I just used a window envelope. I didn't embellish it at all, and I tucked in here this image. It's like a book plate from a bird book, but this is not original. This is a print. So lots of place to journal on the back of that, or you could use it for something else. Pretty little picture of deer there, and another little more cartoony sort of deer there, but very vintage looking and cute. And then this flips out. And then right after that I have another little flip page that flips out. This is the other half of the notebook cover. There's the other half of that skating image. And the other half of the lodge paper here. And this one is folded up to make a pocket also. Just tucked a couple things in there. This is just gonna open up little journal spot. Just a little bit of collage on that. And then just a pretty journaling card here with, again, some deer. Okay. Little bunny there. And some children throwing snowballs. Okay, here is some polka dot vellum, and this is another original book page here, and I just used some tracing paper to make a corner tuck there so that I didn't cover all of that up. So if you wanted to see that whole poem, that you could. These are just a couple of little prints of, again, postcards that I backed for journaling on. Pretty sure that says something about snowstorm or something, but it's like sheep out in the snow. Here's another little pull out. I kind of have a bunch of them all in a row. This is a really cute image I found of children playing on the playground in the winter. Can't really even see the whole thing there because it's a big one. And then this is also a pocket. Very simple, just journaling spot here. This is actually that, it's a rose, but it reminded me of a snowball, so I thought, I'm going to put it on there. Okay. Oh, and then you can journal on the back of that too. I didn't show that. Here I made a couple little belly bands out of some vintage light blue gingham. Just tucked a couple of little tags in there. This one's actually just a gift tag that I found at the store. Didn't do a thing to it. And then this is a little tag that I printed from a digital kit and just backed. I think that one is probably from Ruby and Pearl. This page is just some tea-dyed blue paper, but I tucked this little envelope in there and just put a label on it, and then inside, this is just a tiny little, like a little journal card or tag, an image from another bird book that I have, and I just thought it was pretty with the trees with the snow, and there's some little birds there. You could write on the back. You could tuck some other little treasures in there too, like little photos or something would be really cute. And a belly band made out of some vellum that I printed, and just made another one of these stereo, I can't remember what these are called, but look at the little kids getting pulled in the sleigh, and then just a little collage on the back there. Oh, and this is on a, oh, isn't that terrible? You know who she is. It'll come to me before the end of the book. Pretty, 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 and it says January. Just something I printed here. And then this printout of the skating scene. I love this picture. Okay. Now here I have a little flippy-do here. So this one opens this way, and there's a snowflake in there, like a little pop-up snowflake. And then if you open it the other way and pull it this way, there is another snowflake in there. Had to add a little bit of pop-ups in here. Just a pocket that I made here out of a vintage doily, just torn. Cute little card here. This one actually is a trifold. And another little bird there. Here I've made a pocket just out of some lace. Anything that reminded me of snow, it was good to go. So this is a special little journal card, and I'll show you why. This is just an image that I printed, some people skiing through the woods, and I just added a little collage and a label here. But on the back here, this name, Hilma Carlson, this was the name on the inside of the book. So that was the original owner. I don't know what became of Hilma, but I wanted her name to still be in here, so that's a special card right there. This is a funny little snowman image. I think he's smoking a cigarette. I just think it's cute with the umbrella with the holes in it and everything, and that just flips out, so there's lots of place to write there. There's some plain paper here and an original book page here. On the back I just glued this image of these pretty girls outside it with a fire. Okay, here's some more blue printed vellum. It's some kind of a French document I printed on there. And I used a really big blue envelope here, so there's one half of it here as a pocket, and then you'll see the other half shortly. Just added that little image there, and in here I just tucked a printout of the cover of some sheet music, Bobby and His Sled. Just stick that back in there. You see a journal on the back of that. And then here I glued this image and then made it into a pocket on this side. And I just used a card from a card catalog and cut out this cute little image of this little child with the pillow tied on their behind to go skating. And then I just made some little mittens out of felt and tied those on where that hole is. On the other side of this, oh, and this page is like some from a German book, an old German book that I have. On this side, I used a vintage hanky to make a side tuck. Just added this image of the children with the sled, but they're on the ice sled. And then I just pinned this little print of this photograph of something similar, this lady pushing her child in that sort of sled thing on the ice. And that's just clipped on there. I'm not going to take it off. This is just plain paper underneath, but I did add these little this little pom-pom trim at the top. And this pretty image here of the trees in the snow. And just something I glued on here. Added a little washi tape. This is some vintage notebook paper. This is some new notebook paper in the blue again. Here's another envelope for the middle of this signature, and I just made another journaling spot to go in there. Just used some collage paper that I had that was blue. Doesn't really have anything to do with winter, but again, the lace reminds me of snow, and I liked the blue color, so. Sweet little children walking in the snow there. Here I have another little side tuck that has a bottom on it. Just made another journal card here of these people sledding. The other half of that German page. You can see something's wrapping around there. I used this cute image. This is like a calligraphy sort of an image with the deer, and then this sweet little journal card here. That's wrapping paper on the back of that. It was pretty. Other half of our envelope here, and in this one I've tucked a little tag, and that just has a little spot that opens up. So you can write on the back all across there. In there. Oh, there we go. It's from some sort of record book. There's that blue vellum. All right, we're to the last signature here. Some more vellum. This has snowflakes. This is original book page, and it's got the family gathered around the fire. And on this page I tipped in a little pocket made with some origami paper, added a label, made a little journal card here. That's just some memo paper that I have with the animals in the snow. Their winter garb on. Little children with their lanterns. Here I've used this image as a pocket. This is a girl that I printed out onto cardstock. Just made her into a little tag, their little hat. This is another page from that snow book that was at the beginning. Just added paper ruffle at the top of this graph paper. Pocket here, and just added a couple of little things. Little trifold. This is made from a book page. Added some collage on it. And then this is just a little journaling card with the dad and the little girl. This is like a double pocket. You don't have to use it that way, but it actually has one pocket in the back and one in the front. It's made from an envelope. Just the end of an envelope that I used for something. There. Okay. Here we have these ladies in their snowshoes. Just flips out for writing. And this also flips on this side. More writing space. Little owls in the snow. A little squirrel in the snow. A pretty bluebird. This is just a flip, and I used this cool paper that is from, I think, Hobby Lobby. Just love the texture of it. A belly band here with a printed postcard for journaling. This one is a sweet little girl in her winter clothing, and that one just flips up. You can write underneath there. Some vintage stationery. Here's our book page, and I just added the little advertisement for Snowdrift with the bunny. Here I used an old photo printout of the children with the sled again, and I just tucked this. This is printed on cardstock also, and then I just added the lace at the top so that it would stick out the top of the book a little bit. And we've come to the end here. There's my label, and that's the book. So this is getting packaged up and sent off to Deb, but thank you for taking a look. I just wanted to share it with you. I do custom orders, so if there's a particular theme or something you're looking for, please get in touch with me. I'd be happy to make a book especially for you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you. Bye.